Hey, everybody. Welcome back to this week's One More Thought podcast here at Church on the Rock. My name is Rick Mitchell, and I have the privilege of serving as the campus pastor at Church on the Rock North Campus here in Lubbock. And I also have the opportunity to lead Pursue Missions, which is the missions arm of Church on the Rock. And I've got two of my good friends here today, Justin and Yvette Lucio. How are you guys doing today?
Man, we're doing good.
It's so good to see you. How's life?
How's life? It's going.
Busy.
Busy.
Yeah.
But it's good.
How many kids?
Four.
Four kids, all doing different things.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah. What are the ages of your kids?
You can say this because I always mess up their age. It never fails.
Okay.
15, 13, 12, and 7.
Wow.
Yes.
That is quite the range.
Yeah.
So you got from high school to elementary?
Yep. High school to second grade.
Wow. More power to you. I'm glad it's you and not me. So well, it's so good you guys are here today. We're excited to be for you to be joining us on the podcast today. Yesterday, we preached a sermon entitled How to Follow When God Says Go. And we talked about missions, and we talked about 2026 mission trips, and getting to oversee Pursue Missions is one of the greatest joys of my life. And so I love missions. Our church loves missions. And so we this year, excuse me, my tongue tied there. We will give over $300,000 to missionaries all around the world.
That's awesome.
In 2025, we had trips go from here locally in Lubbock to the Texas prison system in Gatesville, and we just had a team get back from Cambodia just last month. And so there's plenty of opportunities to get involved in missions. We just announced our 2026 trips yesterday. And so if you missed yesterday and you didn't get to hear about the trips, you can go to pursuemissions.org. And you can find all the trips there. They're all listed. We want you to get signed up, get on a team that's going somewhere next year. And so, Justin and Yvette, this year, 2025, you went on a mission trip. Mm-hmm. Tell us where you went and tell us kind of what made you want to go there.
Yeah, we went to Dominican Republic, and I think what made us want to go there is we'd never been on a mission trip.
Okay.
So this was our first one. But more so, I think what kind of drove us to go on the mission trip is finding out who our leaders were.
Okay.
Justin and Whitney Pierce, we've known them. We've gotten to know them for quite some time now. We love them. But what I think what it turned out to be was definitely, of course, we bonded and built relationship with them. But what turned out to be was something that impacted us from Dominican Republic rather than just the relationships. Of course that happened, but truly the impact came from the trip itself and the people we met on the trip.
So how long have y'all been in ministry?
We've been in ministry 10 years.
10 years, and this was your first mission trip?
Yes.
So Yvette, has there been a reason why before now, like missions hasn't been on the radar, or just something you hadn't considered or wanted to do but didn't do? What led to you saying yes this year?
I guess it was just never really something we thought about or had the opportunity to do until we came to Church on the Rock.
Yeah.
And just seeing people that we know, that we see every day talk about, their experiences on mission trips. That was just something that I wanted to experience. For sure, something that we want to experience with our family, but just doing it together the first time, that was definitely, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first mission trip Tori and I went on together. It was to the nation of Haiti. And Haiti it's hard on a good day. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget the impact that trip had and how it literally changed our life, our perception, changed so much in our hearts. And it connected us, I think, to the heart of God at a deeper level. Mm-hmm. It let us see people differently. And so on this trip in the Dominican, you're with Mission of Hope, and that was our first trip together, was with Mission of Hope as well. And so talk to us about when you got on the ground. What was kind of your first experience, your first thoughts, when you got there and you kind of walked out of the airport? Kind of what was that experience like?
It was, I don't even remember what time it was. It was late though. And I just remember walking out of the airport and waiting on our bus, our girl that was meeting us to come and get us. And my first thought was, hopefully she speaks English, because there was only a few of us that spoke or understood Spanish. I understand Spanish, but I don't speak it. And so my initial thought was, there's going to be a language barrier. And so just trying to prepare myself for that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. There's always that shock. You recognize I'm not in America anymore. Mm-hmm. And when you walk out of the airport, I remember walking out in Haiti, the smells were different. Mm-hmm. The environment was different. And so there's always just almost this shock value of introduction of, hey, I'm not in America. I'm in a different culture right now. Right. Mm-hmm. Before you went, as you were preparing, we do our best to prepare our teams to go. But when you got there, was there anything that kind of surprised you, kind of caught you off guard, something you didn't expect in any way?
Right off the bat, it was nothing like spiritual or anything like that. But once we left the airport, I was amazed at how much they just don't really care for traffic laws or that sort of thing. It's just like cruising down the street, stoplight, who cares? Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Everything is a suggestion there as far as traffic goes,
Yeah. So are you saying Yvette would fit in well there with her driving?
Sure. Absolutely.
Is that for sure? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought you were trying to say. You were just trying to be nice about it. So, emotionally, obviously you're in a different culture, different country, you're out of your comfort zone. So were there any things you experienced emotionally while you were there that surprised you, or maybe you didn't prepare for it, but it just kind of came up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll answer that one. I think I had a harder time emotionally the first couple of days. We've been away from our kids before, for 10 days, probably, but never that far away from them. And in the first few days, I just remember experiencing a lot of, I was sad being away from them. And I think it was more just so the distance. Like I said, we've been away from them. We've gone on trips without them. We do it all the time. But I think it was just more so the distance. And of course, moms tend to think the worst when they're away from their kids. Yeah. I don't know why we do this to ourselves, but we do. We think something's going to happen. Someone's going to get hurt. Justin had football practices, and I was just thinking, oh my gosh, he's going to get hurt while I'm gone and I'm not going to be there. Or, Jabin's going to fall off his bike while he's at my mom's and I'm not going to be there. Something's going to happen, mm-hmm. and I'm not going to be able to get there. And I just remember I cried literally a lot. Like I was so emotional, and I just remember sitting there thinking, my kids are fine. They're fine. Like, why are you being a big baby? But again, it was that I was in a new environment. I was in a new culture, mm-hmm. and my kids were so far. And I think they also too, they were worried. They were worried about us and just worried that we were so far. And they were probably experiencing the same feelings. Like, mm-hmm. they thought, what if something happens to them?
Yeah. Those are real emotions as parents that we feel. And I remember leaving our kids at home. And you do. Those are real things that you have to walk through and deal with. And I think it even, when you're on the ground in a different country, and in your case, you worked with a lot of children, mm-hmm. I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it kind of reminds you of your kids back
mm-hmm.
home.
Yeah.
And so talk to me about the ministry on the ground. Like, what were some of the things you guys did? What were some of the activities you participated in while you were there?
Yeah, so we went into a community called El Pino. I hope I said that right. Great community. But essentially what we did was just help people who were already in the church have safe to drink water. Okay. So we installed water filters during the day. They called that strategic ministry time.
Yeah.
And in the morning, and then in the afternoon, we would do like a kids camp or VBS, mm-hmm. but it was far from what you think is kid camp or VBS. Whenever I say that, it's literally just kids playing ball, kicking balls, playing jump rope, and then us ministering to them before the day ends.
Yeah.
But I really loved our approach on strategic ministry time. And we were able to talk to people who, like I said, didn't have clean drinking water. And we were able to install water filters, but we were able to kind of make that like a segue into inviting them to know Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus being the filter, and our dirty water being the sin that's unacceptable to God.
Wow.
And through Jesus, we're now made acceptable and clean to God.
Yeah.
So I love just that simple thing that helped us minister to those people.
That's amazing. It's amazing. In your time there, was there any specific conversation, either with somebody on your team or maybe through a translator there, a specific conversation or a specific family or individual that you haven't forgotten about since you've come home? That's something that had just stood out, that stuck with you. Was there anything like that?
Yeah, I don't think it was really one conversation, but we honestly, I feel like Jehovah's Witness, because we would just go knock on people's doors and, hey, do you know about the Lord? Like that type of stuff. And seeing if people need prayer and just conversating and communicating with people in the community. There was this overarching theme that all of them would have no selfish ambition for prayer, if that makes sense.
Okay.
All of them were just concerned about maybe kids in the community. Their prayer requests are like, let's pray for the kids in the community, not to be engulfed in the culture of the drugs or the violence.
Yeah.
None of it was really self-driven.
Okay.
And so as poor, or whatever you can say, some of the conditions were pretty bad in which those people lived.
Yeah.
But in those conditions, it was never like, I want God to bless me with this, I want God to bless me with that. It was always, man, can you pray for my friend who's like struggling with health? Or can you pray for this kid who's struggling in the gang violence in the street? And it was never like selfish. It was contempt, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's it kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
To know that I think here in America, we kind of Americanize Christianity.
Oh, wow.
Almost. And we look to God for what he can do.
Yeah.
Rather than just for simply who he is.
Yeah.
And that, I think that was the thing that I took away the most from being in the community was like, man, these people genuinely love God for who he is. And they don't just look for him.
Yeah.
Even though he can supply all of our needs.
Right.
But they don't just look to him for that.
Yeah. Yvette, what did you notice about the kids that you minister to? Like we talked a few weeks ago about, you'd like to take your kids on a mission trip. What did you see a difference in the kids in the Dominican and your own kids in a sense? And also what if there was a difference, what was it? What did you notice differently that was different about them?
What I noticed is they were just so joyful and content with what they have. There was no kids these days, they can be mean. And there's always that rivalry of, I have this and I have this, or I wear this brand of clothes and this brand of shoes, and you don't see that there. They all showed up and they all loved on each other and played with each other and welcomed each other in, and that stuck out to me a lot. I know my kids, we tend to spoil them a lot, and so that's my goal, is to take them on a trip so that they can experience what these other kids experience and how happy they are with the little that they have. But yeah, just the joy that they had was just, it's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
I hope that I could be as joyful as they are.
Yeah. That's so true. The Lord has blessed me to go to a lot of places and see a lot of things and a lot of different cultures. And the kids always amaze me. I remember seeing kids, they're playing with a rim of a bicycle tire, or they've got one little ball and that's all they have. And they're having so much joy and so much fun with that one little thing. Whereas my own kids, kind of like yours, we spoiled them and they had pretty much everything. And it just is it's kind of a reset when you come back home and think, they didn't have much, but they were still so joyful. Why can't I be joyful when I do have much?
Right.
So, what's kind of been a takeaway for you since you've come back You've been back a few months now. What has kind of been one takeaway for you? A spiritual, like a spiritual component that you have that you hadn't been able to shake since you've come home. Has there been something inside of you that's shifted, that's changed?
Just my perspective on just how I view the Lord, and how they view the Lord. It's not that it's different. It's not that it's right or wrong, but just how joyful they are and how much they love the Lord and the way that they worship. And I mean, just the church, it wasn't this fancy smancy building. It wasn't, the lights and the pitch correction on the voices. They were worshiping and just loving Jesus in their own environment. And sometimes we tend to, just want to have it all.
Yeah.
And that's not what it's always about. It's the simple thing, and it's just love the Lord.
Yeah. I think that's so good. Let's be honest, we have all the bells and whistles, right? But our worship, our faith, it's not dependent upon any of that. And when you get down to the raw, like you saw, just the rawness and the realness of faith, that's always been something that has stuck with me, especially when I go to a country like Dominican where there's some poverty and things just aren't what we see here. So, Justin, has there been something that stuck with you?
I think the thing that I'm always reminded of, and the big question that I asked myself when I left, or maybe it wasn't even myself, maybe it was the Holy Spirit, is like, why did it take me to go to this country to be so open about ministering about the Lord to people, and why can't that happen right here?
Yeah.
Right here at home.
Yeah.
So for me, what it did was like kind of break me out of the bubble of, I'm in church, I'm doing my part. I'm in ministry, I'm doing my part, but I can do my part at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I can do my part when I'm picking up my kids from school. I can do my part in just the mundane every day of telling people who the Lord is.
Yeah. That's so powerful. I think so many times we connect ministry, like going on a mission trip, when ministry's all around us. Hurting people are all around us, and there's wide open doors all around us. And so that's such a powerful truth that you realized. And so, yesterday we announced our 2026 trips. And there's a lot of people right now, they may be watching this and they're like, man, do I go? Do I not go? What do I feel? And maybe they're praying about it. I don't know. But what would you tell someone that's watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, if they're debating or they feel like they're praying, they're not sure about going, what would you tell them?
Just go.
Yeah, just go.
Just do it. Just go.
Just go. What you think you're going to pour something into somebody else, when in reality, something is going to be poured into you. Yeah. Something's going to be done in you that's going to change the rest of your life.
Wow.
So just go.
Just go.
Just go.
Yeah. Funny that was the title of our sermon yesterday. When God says go, just go. Justin, Yvette, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Your stories inspired me. I love to see and hear what God has done in your lives through this mission trip. Thank you for your friendship. You've always been so kind to me, and love you guys so much. Thankful for your ministry and who you are and your family. You bring value to the people around you, so thank you for being who you are.
Thank you.
It's an honor to serve alongside of you. Yeah. Thank you. So you're considering going on a trip, just go. Go to pursuemissions.org right now. Find a trip. Don't over-spiritualize it. Don't try to make it more spiritual than it is. Just go. Just say yes. And find a trip. And I promise you, it'll be life-changing, just like it was life-changing for Justin and Yvette and for me. God bless you guys. Hope you have a great time this week. We'll see you next week on the One More Thought podcast.